All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do all this together. This is page 91 in your book. You should be there with me. Here's what should be happening. You should be validating what you've done or changing what you need to change because you messed up. Okay, that's what you need to be doing here. So, I'm going to trace my trace paper. I'm doing the first one, and when I do the first one, all I'm going to draw on my trace paper is going to be what is used. So I'm moving the shape ABC along the line segment of V, and that's all I'm going to draw. That's all I'm going to draw on my trace paper. All right, and so I'm going to slide it to where point of A gets all the way up to point D. Right there. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Do this with me. Page 91. Yeah. All right. Now, you have a grid here. It might not be a grid that you've used before, but I have a grid at which I can make sure the triangle moves up and is congruent. All right, right down here. Okay, look at triangle ABC. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles that make up side AC. Do you agree with that? So when I move it up, how many triangles should make triangle A or line AC? 5 of them. I have 1, 2, 3 triangles that make up segment AB, right? So I have enough information to be able to move it 1, 2, 3. So there's that point. There's that point. There's that line segment there for AB. Okay? Then I have this point over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's that one. I pretty much can't do nothing but connect the two tops to draw a triangle anyway. There's nothing else I can do with it, right? Because those vertices are already established. And so this will make up my other one. Those of you that just came in need to make sure you're doing this. So what do the vertices of this new triangle turn into?
Prime.
Prime. So right here is going to be A prime. Up here is going to be B prime. And right here is going to be C prime. Do you agree?
Yes.
All right. I like that. All right. So there's the first move. There's my red move. It's in red instructions. Those of you that just came in need to be doing this on your paper. Not a suggestion. All right? And so I move down to the next step that says rotate, and I left a blank, and it says clockwise. There's another blank there. Another blank there for me to fill in of how much around point D. What is our aiming point for this rotation? So if I look down on the last step, it says I want to get to DE, correct? So I have to make sure that I get to DE. So I'm going to choose the angle of rotation. All right? All right, so let's fill in our blank down here. What shape are we rotating? Which one? Name it.
CBA.
Almost.
Okay, wait, no, the second one. C prime, A prime.
There you go. We're saying C prime, A prime, and B prime. Go completely backwards and jumble up. We're not even going to go in the order of ABC. Why would we? It's not cool. Still says the same image, still says the same triangle. We are fine. All right? And so, as we're doing this, here's how I did rotation with you yesterday. Do you have to do it to this extent? No. But I want to stay consistent. How many triangles touch point D? 6 of them, right? It's this triangle here. It's this triangle here. It's this triangle here. Here. There. And there. Do you agree? Now, once again, you do not have to do it this way. Okay? But some of you that are struggling with rotation, do I even really need to use the protractor here? I don't have to. I can use trace paper, but even with that, some of you were still using the protractor for something else, right?
To answer the question,
Okay, were you? Well, how were you using it?
to tell you how many degrees you have to.
Okay, so what is the degree measure of that? 60 degrees, correct? Is the triangle beside it congruent?
Yes.
So what's the degrees of it? What about the one beside it?
Never gets.
Since those two are 60, that's what.
So do I need to measure?
No.
I don't have to, right? If I know what my angle measures are on this isometric paper, I don't have to use my protractor to measure. Okay, so now let's use our trace paper for this. So I'm going to take my triangle I moved, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the lines that I drew. Oh, that's the wrong one. Didn't need to draw that one. I'm going to trace the lines. That's my translation line. Now, obviously, you could use clean trace paper each time. Pretty unresourceful, but that's okay. We have more. Okay? And so this line here and that line there are not needed because those are my translation lines. So I'm going clockwise, so that means I'm going that way. See in the picture? That way. All right? So I'm going to go one rotation right there. Does that put me on DE? It does not. That's 60. I'm going to go uno más.
That's 120.
And it's going to be on DE? Perfect, right?
Yeah.
And so what was the degree of that rotation?
120.
120 degrees. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my image. Think about what this image is fixing to be labeled. Okay, so I'm going to have this line right here. 5 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out to there. And then I'm going to connect this one. Right there.
Hey, what lessons what are you talking about? You said 9 and 10?
Hmm?
You said 9 and 10? Or 10 and 11?
10, 11.
Yeah, I found 11.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not.
All right, so let me see if my rotated shape fits perfectly, as it does, just right there. And so this is my rotated shape, and so that point is C. This point is B, and this point is A. And what do we call those? Double primes, because it's the second move. Okay? What's left?
Reflected over these other.
Okay, we're going to reflect. And so here's where I'm at. Here is my line of reflection right here. This is for a little review for those of you. That's my line of reflection right there. So using trace paper for reflection, I am reflecting it over. I'm going to bend it right there. Okay? And so it's going to fit over. Remember how we used it? We turned our trace paper over and traced the new image on the back of it. So when I open it up, it's going to fit good. So when I open it up, put it on top, there it is, fitting on top. There it is, fitting on top. How many of you had that before I got done? Okay, how many of us left a blank paper? Okay, good. I wouldn't admit that either. All right, so stop.